I don't think the viral Peter Pan video is that bad, and I think the way people are treating this woman is disgusting. The main problem that I found with this situation is that it's left its circle. People who already have soured opinions of Disney adults have found it, and they are using it to fuel that already existing mindset that they have. And quite frankly, that's all it is. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I think it's obvious that Tony shows neurodivergent traits, but people are choosing to ignore this and pretend they don't see it for some reason. And I know I often call things misogynistic in my videos because they are, but sometimes you just have to call a spade a spade. People refuse to see women as disabled or any kind of autistic or neurodivergent. Most of the time, this isn't a result of out loud direct misogyny, but it is a result of internal biases that have been around forever, not just in a public social setting, but also sometimes in the medical field. I mean, it's basically a proven fact that it's harder to get an autism diagnosis as a woman because most doctors will be looking for the ways autism appears in men and not women. On top of that, I believe that Tony's neurodivergent traits are seen as predatory or creepy because she isn't necessarily conventionally attractive. This isn't to say that she's ugly by any means. I do think she's pretty, but if she were some size zero with a model face and blonde hair, or whatever the beauty standard is right now, I don't know, people would simply see this as a cute, quirky interest instead of stalker behavior. These people keep repeating the phrase, if the genders were reversed, things would be different. And these people think of it as some sort of gotcha moment to prove that women aren't dealt the same consequences as a man would be dealt. But I actually agree with them because the thing is, there are several men who do the same thing. There are so many who meet these characters, make them uncomfortable on purpose, and then post it on TikTok for people outside of the Disney community to see. And these people eat it up. They think it's hilarious to put these character performers in awkward, uncomfortable positions that may make them lose their job, as long as it gets them likes on TikTok. There are tons of examples of this. The most prevalent one I remember from recent times is the Grant and Ash Ariel video from last year.
Some kind of hair.
Oh my god, mine's natural though. Oh, it's not bottle red. Just kidding.
I still remember before it hit Disney adult TikTok that people thought it was funny, and when people said otherwise, they would say they're being too sensitive. Another example of stalking from people who are not Disney adults is whatever happened with the Evil Queen. I can't even remember what catapulted this whole movement, but it was really weird. People were using her for content and kept getting upset or disappointed when it wasn't the actor they wanted. They made edits of her, they found her real name, they were flocking to her in herds. It was gross and ultimately led her to being let go. Also within the Peter Pan family, there's currently a Wendy Darling character performer going viral. I believe they're in Disneyland Paris, and people keep posting about their real identity, making edits of them and such, all because they're a popular cosplayer. And it's bizarre. I've also seen several autistic men interact with characters in ways that are slightly inappropriate when it comes to touching and other things. But do people uprise against them, calling them predatory stalkers? No. And are any of the things I said close to what Tony is doing? No. Tony isn't trying to get Peter to break character. She isn't hunting down specific character performers. She is simply meeting and greeting Peter Pan. That is all. Are the interactions sometimes awkward? Yes, totally. But having an awkward interaction isn't a crime, and it isn't a moral failing. I'll save you guys some time by saying I think you're all coming up with some grand conspiracy that has no backing behind it. No, Peter doesn't look visibly uncomfortable. No, he doesn't have moments where he breaks character. And if he wanted to end the interaction, there are about a dozen ways he could have done that, but he didn't. Is Peter kind of sassy or rude? Sure, but that's just how Peter Pan is. I've seen dozens of comments that are like, oh my god, the way he said what? He's so done with you. And all I can think of is, have you guys seen Peter Pan? He's repeatedly characterized as a boy who's sometimes a little grossed out by girls, or rude, or immature. That is just how the character acts and has always acted.
She's a wonderful nurse, although father says...
Girls talk too much.
Yes, girls talk to... I'll show you. Oh!
There are dozens of examples of this, not just in the movies, but but in other people's interactions with Peter at the parks. I know recently there's been a former Peter character performer at the parks who's spoken out about his time working as Peter Pan, which is fine, but he tagged Tony in the caption, which has just fueled the fire, and I do not think that's fair, and honestly, I think it's messed up. He goes over how he was sexually harassed / stalked whilst in the role of Peter Pan, which has led many people to believe that it was Tony doing this to him, which makes sense. I mean, he did tag her in his caption. It turns out it was not Tony, and he only addressed this in a separate video once the damage was done, but because he tagged her in his original video, people refuse to believe it isn't Tony. They think that he's been threatened into silence, or that she's scaring him into saying it isn't her, which is all complete nonsense and disgusting. I've seen people justify the tagging of Tony in this video because she needs to learn boundaries and nobody is telling her she's weird. What? Tony knows boundaries. She's literally made a post about how to interact with characters in an appropriate way, and I have yet to see her doing inappropriate things. I refuse to take that quite frankly bullshit answer for something that's spread even more hate towards her. These people are relentlessly bullying this girl, accusing her of terrible, disgusting things, creating edited photos to say that she put an air tag in the gift she gave Peter. It's all just downright egregious. This feels like some weird witch hunt. And in regards to the man who made the video tagging Tony, I think that's disgusting. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he does have the right to speak about his own experiences and to talk about that, and that's okay, and that is perfectly normal. But to almost purposely go out of your way to mislead people into thinking that it may be Tony, or to trend hop on this trend of hating on Tony and tagging her in your caption, it's disgusting. And I am kind of disgusted by it. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is all a grab for attention, and it's really unfortunate that that happened.
But I had a different stalker altogether. Tony was not my stalker. I want to make that very clear. A person sent a picture or a video or something like that of me interacting with Tony at some point when I was at the parks. Also, I'm going to make it very clear, I was at Disney World. I was not at Disneyland. But I don't recall this moment.
Yes, he did make a video clarifying that it wasn't Tony, but I feel like if he really did care about the bullying, the harassment that this woman is receiving, he would have deleted the original video. Or, he wouldn't have tagged her in that caption at all, because that's terrible. And all the people in his comments insist that he's being so kind and so amazing, but he isn't. It's that simple. On top of that, I'm exhausted by this. Adults shouldn't be meeting characters. It's weird discourse. Because it just makes you sound dumb. When I go to Disney, meeting characters isn't on my top priority list, sure. But I have met with a few characters whilst being an adult, and it was a fun experience. Did it feel a little awkward? Sure. But that's just because I'm incredibly socially anxious all the time. Which seems to be a similar problem with Tony. Maybe she isn't socially anxious, but she does seem a little awkward. And sometimes watching back those awkward interactions can bring a feeling of discomfort for people who weren't involved in it and they think they know everything. Finally, I'd like to address the whole Tony is a pedophile because she's in love with Peter Pan. First of all, well, insane accusation for a woman you know nothing about, and especially over a fictional character. Second of all, has this even been confirmed? Do you guys just think women can't have favorite characters without being sexually attracted to them? Maybe this is a special interest for her. Not everything is gross and perverted. Every piece of evidence I've seen to support this case is all total baloney, sorry. I've seen her saying something along the lines of, I'm in love with this green bean. But to me, that kind of just means nothing. I mean, it's cringe, yeah, but that doesn't mean she is literally in love with him. Sometimes I say things like, wow, I'm in love with Olive Garden breadsticks. But does that mean I'm literally in love with Olive Garden breadsticks? No. Yes, she poses with him and does a little kissy pose, but I don't think it's that crazy. She isn't touching him at all. It's obviously, again, meant to play on the fact that Peter, the character, is grossed out by things like girls and kissing. And I've seen other people do this pose as well, so I don't really understand the issue. It isn't like the character performer is a child, as that would be an issue on many, many levels. This whole situation is so frustrating to watch happen. This woman is being mobbed by hate all while there are actual stalkers and terrible people who are actually assaulting or making these characters uncomfortable. There are so many older men or creepy dads that are too handsy with Disney princesses. There are too many men who feel comfortable doing their street-styled interviews trying to get princesses to break character.
What's your real name?
Cinderella.
I mean, before you came for work?
Cinderella.
Oh, okay. I just thought I'd be able to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, well, my name is Cinderella.
And I have never seen this kind of uproar from the public about that. Also, at this point, you guys are being weirder to both Tony and Peter Pan than anybody. Hello, everyone. It's been a few days since I've made the original video, and I just wanted to give a very minor update on the situation. A former Peter Pan actor that actually interacted with Tony finally spoke out, and this is what he had to say.
At no point did it cross any boundaries of what a character interaction should look like at Disneyland. She was very enthusiastic about meeting the character, maybe a little more so than most, but it never crossed the boundary of trying to get to know the performer. And so we need to end the discourse and the harassment and the online toxicity that is being aimed at her. She's doing nothing wrong. She's acting within all the guidelines of what a guest should do at Disneyland. It's a little extra and a little more than most, but she's within her right to do so.
And let's just say people are not happy about it. They're very angry that they're very angry that they now have no morally upright reason to justify their relentless bullying of this woman. Alternatively, another response I've been seeing are people just not believing him, which is insane. These people are stuck in an echo chamber, and the content surrounding this situation is enabling it. I've gotten so many people telling me to watch certain commentary YouTubers' videos on it, but I just refuse. Because these people think that they're an unbiased educational source when they make videos for entertainment. They do not care about Tony or the actors in question. They are just looking to make a quick buck on a trending topic that they are uneducated on. I stand by everything I said previously, but I'd like to say, in addition to everything else, I believe that the man who tagged Tony in the caption of his video was just looking to profit off the situation. No hate or anything, but his podcast didn't seem to be doing too well on TikTok. And now that he's milking this Tony situation that he was never involved in, mind you, suddenly his views, follows, and likes are up. So I'll just leave you with that little tidbit. Okay, goodbye.